The CBC's aspirations, some say it may be fatal. What is your response to those suggestions?
Well, maybe we're too optimistic, but we're being very positive about it, Mike. The government could have set aside the decision or told us that they were going to set it aside in September. They did not do that. They have raised two concerns, both of which we believe we can live with. One of them to try to interest private partnership, a private partner in this news channel. We attempted that a year ago. We met with two of the biggest media companies in the country. So we were not adverse to a private partnership. They weren't interested at that time, so we'll try again. As far as the French channel goes, again, we very much want a French all-news channel, but it's difficult to make it work financially because of only 1 million Francophone subscribers in Quebec. But again, we're back to the drawing board, and we're going to do our darndest to make it work. We want a news channel in this country. We think that the CBC has to be the base of it if it's going to work, and we're just tired of seeing two U.S. channels come in here 24 hours a day with U.S. news, which don't even show the Canadian weather map on it.
Mr. Harvey, leaving aside the question of whether there might be financial viability to operating in lockstep with a private operator, what about journalistically? Can the CBC do that?
Well, we haven't talked a great deal about it, but I think any partnership would require that CBC have editorial control. After all, we will be providing the material. It is the news machine that we have across this country that's going to provide the basic material for such a news service. So I personally can't see us entering into any partnership where we gave up editorial control.
Does it appear to you and to the CBC that that is what the government is aiming for, that there be some measure of editorial control imposed on the CBC by a private partner?
Well, I don't presume to know what the Cabinet thinks, but there has been no hint in the Minister's remarks that that is the objective of this. So I would certainly hope not.
All right, within that context then, Mr. Harvey, again speaking journalistically, should the CBC enter into some sort of an arrangement with a private operator? Can the CBC do that?
Can we do what, Mike? I don't quite understand.
Operate with a private...
Oh, sure. Sure. As long as the CBC has the editorial control so that our news policies continue to govern what goes on air, and we have the toughest set of journalistic policies, I think, of any news medium in this country. As long as that is there, fine. Private sector would provide us with some early funding, which frankly is a problem to us, and obviously would share in the profits, which we would be less happy about. But as long as we control the news content, we can live with it.
Very briefly, Mr. Harvey, is there an immediate next step that the CBC is contemplating?
Well, immediate discussions with companies in the private sector to see if their interest is there, and of course we have already started on the feasibility study for the French channel, and that goes ahead very, very quickly.
Mr. Harvey, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.